Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Filipa, in case you're new here. And today I just want to talk to you guys about mindset and 5 things you can start doing today to have a more positive mindset in your life. And they are very easy to make, but somehow in our stress and in our daily lives we completely forget about them, and we get stressful days and bad days, and everyone has them. So we have to change that. I'm gonna apologize in advance for my English because it's not my native language, so sometimes it can get a little bit trickier to speak, but I'll do my best. So let's start with the number 1 thing you can start doing today, right now or tomorrow, in case you want it. But it's better to do today and not leave things for tomorrow, right? So the number 1 thing you should be doing is reserving time for yourself. I cannot phrase enough how important this is in our daily lives. Just take 5, 10, 15 minutes if that's the only time you can have, but only for you, only for yourself, no one else. And this can either be done by waking up 10 minutes earlier in case you have a busy life and you can have your breakfast quietly, or taking a bathtub while you get home from a busy day at work. It's just 10 or 15 minutes. Turn off your phone, put on do not disturb mode. Just take the time for you. I mean, really take the time. And a lot of people will say, I don't have the time for that. I have a super busy schedule. Yeah, we all have, but I truly believe that you have to be able to take this time for yourself. I truly believe that time for us, it's really important, and we don't value it enough. For me, taking time for myself, it's just taking 10 minutes for a walk in a park, or otherwise I just try to meditate on my phone, or I put my music, and while I'm meditating, I turn off from the exterior world. I truly feel better after taking that time for myself. I don't see it as an act of selfishness. I don't know if that's a word, I think it is. It's not a selfish act is what I mean. It's something really important, and we don't do it a lot. We don't do it enough. And sometimes we don't do it because people are inviting us to go somewhere and we don't want to say no, or we feel the social obligation to go. But sometimes it's okay to say no. Sometimes it's okay to stay at home and read that book or watch that show or whatever it is that makes you happy in a moment. It's really important. And I take 10 minutes a day, at least. I take 10 minutes a day where I am alone or doing what I like to do. If I don't have more time for myself, 10 minutes a day I will have for sure. I will make those 10 minutes happen. Alright guys, number 2 is a tricky one, and it's not easy. Number 2 is breaking a bad habit. We all have bad habits. We all know which bad habit we have. And the only way to break a bad habit is to create a new one on top of that. And I can assure you that a good habit, it's going to be as hard to break as if it was a bad habit. If it's a good habit, it's going to be hard to break also. So the best way to do it is really to replace it. But how do you replace something that you've been doing it for 10 years or 20 years, or do you stop completely? That doesn't work with a lot of people. So the best way is to actually reduce whatever it is. Say not having breakfast, for example. Not having breakfast, it was one of my bad habits. Never enjoyed it for most of my life. Mostly I would just grab a coffee and go. But I started reducing it. So I started having breakfast 1 time a week. Then I started having breakfast 2 times a week. And now I have breakfast every day. And now it's difficult. It's going to be difficult for me to not have breakfast, because now I actually don't know how to say this, but now it's in me having the breakfast. So maybe it's not the best example, maybe smoking will be a better example, or having a coffee straight up in the morning. I don't know, a lot of people have bad habits and I don't know which they are, but it might be waking up right before going to work. Like you wake up and you always get late to work, always. I know a lot of people who are like this. They wake up just like 5-10 minutes before going to work, or they don't allow themselves enough time to prepare themselves in the morning. So their morning is already stressful. So the way these people, you cannot make them wake up 1 or 2 hours earlier every day. You have to gradually leave them to wake up at an hour that they can. This can only happen if you really want to. This is why when I say these are 5 things you can start doing today for a better positive mindset, but it has to depend on the person. It's not 5 things that will not require work. They require work, and they require devotion of the person. The person really has to want these things. They want to have a better positive mindset. So it can only depend if the person really wants to do the things or not. And a lot of days we will not have the motivation. So once you introduce those habits into your life, you will not require motivation a lot of the times, because they will be deep in you. I hope I am making myself clear. At least I'm trying. Number 3. It's really easy for me, but it wasn't for a long time. Number 3 is stop social media. And I'm using it right now. So it may seem like a hypocrite or ironic thing to say, but stop it for a while of your day, or for a while of your week, or for an entire day that you're off. Just stop it. Facebook, Instagram, disconnect for a while. Yes. So as I was saying, I go on a bus to work every day, and when I get inside the bus, immediately everyone is attached to their phones and to everything, and no one pays attention to what's even happening. Unless it's something really chaotic happening, everyone will be looking down at their phones and not seeing anything around them. My point is, if you go through one day or 3 hours without seeing social media and without comparing your lives to the ones you see and you think they are real, you will feel better. I say this because people sometimes tend to focus on what they see on the internet. And they say, oh, this person's traveling a lot, and why can I not travel? Or this person has so many things, or so much material things, and I don't have anything. Why do they have and why I don't? This type of thoughts that some people go through because of social media. My Instagram is full of women who just delivered 3 babies and they look like they're 20 without a spot of cellulite or stretch marks or whatever. And I'm like, okay, because it's not real. And but one thing is a person with 30 years or like me who can see, okay, this is not real, this is propaganda, and you still feel comfortable with what you have and with your body or whatever. But for a lot of people out there who are more influenceable, I have to check if that's a word too, who are more, I don't know how to say it, who are more impressionable with this type of things, it can be something for them to feel disappointed at themselves. I just wanted to say, like, turning off social media every now and then, it's good for you. And it's even better if you do it at the same time that you take time for yourself. Bathtub, no social media, time for yourself, you will feel amazing. Like the number 4 is, once something bad happens, stop victimizing yourself. And that is difficult. It is not easy. It is inside of us, this feeling that we have of unfairness, of injustice, and why do these things happen to me, and what have I done to deserve this? And I suffer from the same thing. I just had, last week, I had a bad day because of a problem with the taxes here. And I let it ruin completely my day. It was one day of my life that I was angry. I was upset because I felt like it was an injustice and I didn't deserve this because I work a lot here as an immigrant. And I felt like it didn't make sense. Although it was just a financial thing and I can pay it, I felt injustice, and immediately my thought was, why me? Why all my immigrant friends didn't go through this, so why do I have to go? Why? It's unfair that this happened to me. And this thought right away ruined my day. It ruined my day, and it was so easy to see, like, okay, so we have a problem, like identify the problem. The problem is this, find a solution and solve it. That's it. If I just had done that in the first 5 minutes of my reaction, it would have been so much easier. I would have a problem to solve. I would have the solution, or I would have to find the solution, and then I could go to work peacefully. But no, I let it ruin my day because I victimized myself. And when I say these things, I say because I'm learning them too. I don't say it because I'm an expert on mindset or mindfulness. It's just something that I'm really interested about. It's not a coincidence that people with same mindsets and people with the same way of thinking are the most successful people. We have to look at things like they are a lesson. This thing that happened to me, this money or financial thing with the government, whatever. Maybe if when I arrived to Norway, I had a bigger concern to know how the system works, or how the taxes work, or how everything works for immigrants, maybe this wouldn't have happened to me. Maybe things would be fixed by now. So if I had been more involved in all the process of finding out how they deal with these laws here, I wouldn't have any problem. So I cannot look at it now and say, oh, why me? Why this happened to me? It's always me, blah, blah, blah. This is whining, and this ruins the person's day. So, and this is not easy to do. This is not easy because we all have our instincts. We all have our reactions. And my first reaction was a dramatic reaction. It was like, I was really upset. But sometimes now, more and more, I have this thing where I can say, okay, so let's think. This happened. What can I do to solve this? Why did this happen now? It might be a lesson that I have to learn. It might be something. Things don't come randomly. And if they do, they come exactly like the word says, randomly. They don't come because it's you. They don't come because you deserve to have a bad life. Things are not like that. So once we stop victimizing ourselves, things get easier. You don't have to look at yourself like you're a victim of life. I hope I am making myself clear. It's just stop victimizing. I see a lot of people doing this in their daily lives. It's once you see that you're not the victim and you are in control of your life will get better. And you can only be in control of certain things. Others will happen, and it's a process. It will happen, and you will have to solve them. But in the meantime, acting like a victim and whining, it doesn't solve anything. It just makes your day worse. And you're the one causing your day to get worse because of that reaction. So number 5 and last one is be grateful. And when I mean be grateful, I don't mean, oh yes, I'm grateful because I don't have, everyone can say that. But if you put like post-its or notes somewhere in your house, every day look at them. every morning, like, right, what am I grateful for? No, really, what am I? Because thinking is very subjective, and everyone can think and say things from their mouth. But writing things down and make them more systematical, or making your brain work every day in order to know what you are grateful. I have like a list, and it says, what am I grateful for today? So, and every day I have to think something different. I cannot say every day, I'm grateful because I'm alive. I'm grateful because I'm not going through a war in my country. I'm grateful because I don't starve, or I'm grateful because I have a job. So every day you have to write something different. And it can be stupid things. It can be, I'm grateful because I'm only gonna work 6 hours today. I'm grateful because I'm gonna have 2 days off in a row. I'm grateful because I have a boyfriend, or I'm grateful because I still have my mom and dad alive. It can be a lot of things, some more meaningful than others, but it's not about what you write. It's about the exercise, the mental exercise you do every day. It's like you are obligating your brain to work in a more positive way by throwing it at him exercises to think that way. Like, if I had to write a list saying what I don't like in my life every day, I would be a much more negative person. But when you have to write something that can only be good things, it's like systematically your mood increases and things start to get inside your head. I mean, it's really basic. I know it's basic. And some of them it's like, yeah, okay, we all know, write a gratitude list or make a motivation board. But I wouldn't be sharing, or I wouldn't be making a video about it if I didn't feel like, not that there is a need, but I didn't feel like it's not important to be shared. Maybe the video won't affect anyone. Or maybe the video will affect a teenager that's going through a rough patch, and somehow he decides, or she decides, to go with my advices, and that can improve someone's life. I am improving mine by adopting these little methods every day. I believe that in part it's all in you. Deep down, everything is inside you. You just have to learn to listen to your body, to your mind. I'm gonna make a lot more videos like this one, unless everyone tells me, oh my god, this video was horrible, please don't share it anymore. Either way, if that happens, I can only improve, right? I should not let myself down or become a victim. Like, oh, why me? Why they don't like my videos? It's exactly this type of things that I was talking about. Well, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I think it's gonna be my first video on YouTube just talking, and I hope somehow you guys do, and I'll try to put it here. And if somehow I was able to influence you in any positive way, that's even better. That's it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week positively and with a happy mind, happy heart. And that's it. Bye, guys. See you until next movie.